All right, away from sports, and let's go back to that story about the court ruling concerning the Uhuru Owino compensation, where the Court of Appeal has quashed the 1.3 billion shillings compensation awarded to residents of Owino Uhuru settlement in Changamwe, Mombasa County. In the judgment delivered on Friday, the judges said the High Court judge failed to take into account various relevant factors and principles of law in the award of damages. Clement Masombo reports.
More than 3,000 victims of lead poisoning in Owino Uhuru in Mombasa County have suffered a blow after the Court of Appeal overturned the 1.3 billion shillings awarded to them in 2020 by the Environment and Lands Court. In an 87-page judgment delivered by 3 judges of the Court of Appeal in Mombasa, Judges Pauline Nyamweya, Stephen Kairu and Jesse Lesit allowed an appeal by the National Environmental Management Authority NEMA and set aside the compensation. The judges instead remitted the issue of compensation to be paid to the victims for a hearing by a different judge at the Environment and Lands Court in Mombasa. The previous case was heard and determined by Justice Anne Omolo. In the judgment delivered on Friday, the judges said the rehearing will include taking of additional evidence limited to the issue and assessment of damages payable to the victims and taking into account the principles set out by the Court of Appeal. At the same time, the court also ordered and directed that NEMA determines the extent of contamination and pollution caused by the operations of Metal Refinery EPZ Limited. NEMA was also ordered to restore the environment of Owino Uhuru settlement and its ecosystem and to report regularly every 3 months to the Environment and Lands Court on the progress made for any consequential orders until the restoration is complete. In 2016, residents of Owino Uhuru settlement in conjunction with the Center for Justice and Environment Action moved to court and sued government agencies and 2 private investors for damages on grounds that industries were emitting harmful gases that caused permanent health problems and death of their loved ones as a result of inhaling the harmful gases from the industries. They wanted a compensation of 1.6 billion shillings for the damages caused. The court, through a ruling in 2020, awarded them 1.3 billion shillings, a ruling that has now been overturned at the Court of Appeal. The judgment by the appellate court now means the residents who suffered losses will wait longer for justice to be served. Clement Masombo, KTN News.
So now let's have a look at the WRC.